What's going on YouTube? Uberman here. So I have two SunSun HW704Bs. These things pump 525 gallons per hour, has a 45 watt motor, and a 9 watt UV sterilizer. Here's what we're looking at here. Here's the packaging. 5-stage filtration. I swear by these things, guys, and I have a Fluval in here, and it's a great filter, no complaints with the Fluval at all, but man, these things are unbeatable for the price. And I've got one in the living room. I have a HW704B that I've been using for over a year in my 75-gallon, just one, and that thing almost never needs maintenance, never needs clean. My water is always crystal clear. So I decided these are the 2016 models. So I'm going to go with the 704B. I wanted two of them for this 129-gallon tank. After rechecking the measurements, this is 129-gallon. I said before it was 139, so forgive me for that. But these are going to go somehow down here, which is where this door is. But I wanted to do a unboxing video so you can take a look at what we get in the package. And guys, I've been waiting all day to open this, and I could have, but I didn't, because I waited for you. Well, that just happened. Alright, so we got a box. Let's take a look. What do we got in here? Accessories. Canister filter instruction manual for 702, 3, and 4. We got some tubing. Sorry, not tubing. I can't tell which one this is, the inlet or the output. Another one. One of them's intake, one of them's output. We got the lever that locks down on top of the SunSun, which is a nice hassle-free, no spill. We've got our hoses for intake and output. Let's throw that to the side, get it out of the way, and then the moment we've all been waiting for. Alright, here we go. I had to get it out of the back box, guys. I don't know exactly how I'm going to get it out of this, but we're going to try. It's a thing of beauty. If you guys saw my previous video, I had two Penguin 350s on this big tank and an Emperor 400. And while they work, guys, they're unbelievably noisy, and they don't work as well as a canister filter. They just don't. They cannot compete with a canister filter, and they sure can't compete with two of them. So let's open this baby up. Here we have our specs. 45 watts with a 9 watt UV sterilizer, 2,000 liters an hour, which is 525 gallons an hour. We've got our primer, which hasn't changed really. This has changed. Yeah, that button's totally different. The whole thing's different. Really nice. That's for the UV sterilizer, and you've got a little light here. It's hard to see, but that will light up when it is on. You've got the same 4 handles that we've always had. Pop the sides off first. Then we'll pop this, then pop this, and it'll lift it up, at which point you can pull top of the sucker off. Yes, it is a little moist. They do test these before they send them out, thankfully. The light has been upgraded. The shield anyway has been upgraded. It has double O-ring gaskets. Apparently there was an issue before with them leaking into the bulb. I never had that issue with mine, thankfully. After about a year, it's still working perfectly fine. You got your top cover here. We got basket 1, basket 2, basket 3, and 4 came out together. There we go, basket 3, basket 4, and then I'm not quite sure what these are. I think they sat on bottom basket or something. Don't know, don't care. So there we have it. This is it. It's going to be fun to set up. I I ordered some Biohome Ultimate that I'm going to be using in both of these. I'm going to fill them up with Biohome Ultimate. I organize these trays a little differently, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how I put these trays together right now. Alright guys, so first thing you want to do when you're putting this thing together is pick this up, put it over here so you know where that big light bulb is going to go, because you can't just put this on any way here. That light bulb and the hinges, the latches on the side, will end up over here, so make sure you've got it the right way. Now what I like to do is I got a bunch of these ceramic things. These things are worthless, but they do work to be thrown in the bottom of this thing where you have that extra space to help break up the really heavy particulate matter that's going to be in the bottom. Now the first tray that I'm going to be in here, now remember guys, I am waiting on my Biohome Ultimate to come in, but I want to go ahead and get this filter set up right now. So the ceramic little things in the bottom, then we're going to put 3 of my coarse pads. See, 3 of them. I filled one tray up with coarse pads. Make sure everything fits nice and snug. Second tray is going to be 3 of my fine pads. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to have a medium grade pad in here, but unfortunately I have not been able to find any for these SunSuns. So, you can cut your own, obviously. I just don't want to, so make sure that is nice and snug in there. And then we're going to go with a tray of these things, which are absolutely ridiculous, and they don't do anything at all. But I had a bunch of bags of them from back in the day when I thought they were good stuff. Last but not least, absolutely not least, I did have a tray of Biohome Ultra left over from my 304B when I switched from Biohome Ultra to Biohome Ultimate. So I do have a tray of Biohome in here. I'm very happy about that. And we're going to put the lid on it right here. Make sure everything is nice and tight. And then we put the lid on it and we set it up. Now in this one, I'm out of Biohome, so I'm going to go with the same 3 coarse pads on the bottom, then 3 fine pads on the second tray. Then the third and fourth tray, I'm going to go with what's left of my bags of those ceramic things, just until the Biohome Ultimate gets here and I can switch all this stuff out. So let's put it together and see what happens. Alright, once you get all your trays in here, you're going to save yourself a lot of headache with priming if you go ahead and fill this thing up most of the way before you put your lid on there. So save yourself the trouble, get your stuff loaded up, and then get yourself some water in it. Then we'll take the lid and we'll carefully insert the bulb. Slowly push it down. Lock that down. Come over here. Lock this down. This one. This one. Now it's time to get everything else set up. This is where this goes right here. You can lock it down like that. And it is time to put our hoses on and get it in the tank. Alright, one thing worth mentioning when you're getting ready to put this thing back together. I got that one going, and I've spent probably an hour trying to figure out why the UV light wouldn't come on with no help from the manual. And then I figured it out. On my old SunSun, my 304B, I've never had an issue which direction I put it back together in. Obviously, as long as you don't have the latches here interfering with one another, you can put it on either this way, or you could flip it and put it on the other way. No problem at all. But on this particular model, right here, is a piece of metal filled in by silicon. And right here, on the other side of the motor, there's a magnet. That magnet has to read this piece of metal before the UV light will come on. Now, I did a Google search and found some other people that were having trouble because you can put the motor on the other way, 180 degrees from the way it is now, and it will latch and seal just fine. But there is only one piece of metal here for this magnet to read, so it has to go on this way, or you will not be able to use your UV light. It will not turn on. Alright, so it's up and running. This was quite a bit of work, but you know, it's worth it. It's done. We've got one intake for one of the filters right here, and then with that intake, its output is on the other side of the tank. Then I have another intake for the other filter right here, and the output for that filter is on the other side of the tank. So I've got them opposite from one another. We're looking at 1,050 gallons per hour, so should be a huge improvement over the hanging filters that I had previously. So here they are. Everything's working. Everything fit, barely, but it all fit nice and neat down in there. And truthfully, they're quiet. The only noise that I've really gotten here is from the pump, which is like an AP300, and then I've got that top pin running these, but I've already invested in some new Eheims, the Eheim 400 series, so that should quiet things down in here a lot. So I'm happy. But anyway, guys, there you go. Thanks for watching.